Meh. What's up, YouTube? Meh. I'm not even gonna do that. What's up, YouTube? I literally have a little over 30 minutes till I have to get to work. I actually had 2 hours, but then I had an appointment, and then I took a quick cat nap because I was tired as fuck. Anyway, here are my notes. Look at that. Look, this is funny. This was my arrow notes from episode 13 of season 6, and then turn it over. You got, I was gonna say Black Panther. I'm sorry. This is for Black Lightning. Black Lightning, not Black Panther, although they're both amazing. Black Panther season 1, episode 4, titled Black Jesus. I know this premiered like ages ago already, but like I've been really sick, like a lot sick. So like between being sick all the time, having a lot of appointments, and work, I literally have no time to do my videos anymore. I still have 2 Legends of Tomorrow episodes to do, and I still have at least episode 5 of Black Lightning. So that's at least for sure 3 other videos I have to do for sure. I'm just too effing tired to care. But anyway, Black Jesus. And yes, I keep saying Black Panther. Reasons. I mean, the movie just came out, and it's getting some serious great reviews and all that stuff, and I like watching videos on the actors and everything, how they talk about the movie. It's freaking hilarious. So you cannot blame me. And no, because the actors of Black Lightning and friggin' Black Panther are not because they're both African American stuff and everything like that. It's because the title has the word black in it. It's not my fault. Okay? But they are both amazing. One, I bet you right now, Black Panther would probably be like my... If I saw it, I'd probably say it would be like my top favorite. And that's just looking at the freaking trailers and shit. Black Lightning, I love already. I was like, damn. But anyway, let's get into it, because I'm already 2 minutes in. I'm trying to explain right here now. I'm actually speaking loud, only because I'm trying to bypass pain that I'm feeling right now. I have to be somewhat hype, because I have to go to work. But anyway, I remember, there's this, Jefferson apparently is like, he's called in, he's like, hey, there's a student going batshit crazy in the boys' bathroom. He goes over there, and it's a student named Bernard, and apparently he's having some serious drug, like, I wouldn't say overdose, but he's having some drug-induced fever dream or something, because he's going batshit crazy. Like, he's straight up, like, hallucinating, going like, oh my god, and at the same time, for some godforsaken reason, not only is he hallucinating, for some reason, he has, like, super strength or something, because he straight up took one of the urine... I think I'm not sure, but I think he took, like, a bathroom stall door or a urinal. I don't know which one, but he, like, ripped it out from the wall and, like, chucked it at Jefferson. I was like, shit! So, it's a drug that gives you hallucinations and steroids? I don't know! But anyway, he goes batshit crazy, and of course, he has no choice, Jefferson has no choice but to use his powers. Luckily for him, the kid, Bernard, he's, like, drugged overdosed, right? So he can't deal with anything, right? And the only 2 people in the room is Bernard and Jefferson, so anyone who could rat about on his freaking identity, he's drugged. So, he's forced to use his powers to knock his ass out. And, apparently Bernard he overdosed on a street drug called Green Light or something like that. And of course the school wants to expel Bernard because of this whole, the drugs, and like, he pretty much destroyed that bathroom. But, the father's all begging, like, yeah, he has a scholarship, please don't do this to him. And, Jefferson takes pity on him. At the same time, Jefferson pretty much secedes final authority over the student matters to the board, right? And he's like, just get help, man. I'm not gonna expel you, but seriously get some help, right? And I understand, I'm kind of like Jefferson. I want to see the good in people, and I understand both sides. The kid was on drugs. He vandalized the entire damn bathroom and put a lot of other students' lives in danger with that steroid strength of his. But I also understand Jefferson's thing, because, the father saying he has a scholarship, it'll ruin his life and all that stuff. Don't expel him. But at the same time, the kid shouldn't have been doing drugs. Just saying. But anyway, I know that there's some people that there have been situations where people have taken drugs because it's not really like a choice or anything. They have a choice, but some people have been through bad situations where it unfortunately leads to drugs. And probably that's what happened, because keep this in mind, the father literally said he has a scholarship or something like that, right? Maybe the kid was feeling too much pressure about the scholarship, keeping up his grades and all that stuff to make his dad proud, that he felt too much pressure and needed a release. And instead of like alcohol or a safe thing, ban the alcohol shit, but a safe relay to deal with his stress, he dealt with either drugs or alcohol, and unfortunately it was drugs. So anyway, Jefferson and Gamby, remember Gamby, his little friend there, the one that made the suit? They managed to track the street drug Greenlight to a mid-level dealer who goes by the name of 2-Bits. Because, I'm not sure if it was Jefferson that managed to coax it out of him or something like that. But, they found out that someone named 2-Bits was the one that gave the green light, right? And it turns out 2-Bits is actually an old friend of Jefferson's, I think from school or something like that. And, he's trying to get more answers out of him. They met like of some bar restaurant thing going on. And of course he dismisses Jefferson's like, I ain't no snitch, right? So of course Jefferson's like, that ain't, 2-Bits is his only best lead he has. So he's like, if you're not gonna talk to me, Jefferson, probably gonna talk to Black Lightning, right? So he comes back as Black Lightning and pretty much scares the living crap out of anyone in that bar place and manages to kind of beat up 2-Bits a bit to the point where he actually got some answers to a location of a warehouse. And while all that is happening, Bernard ends up going back to a drug den because, like Gamby said earlier in the episode, keep an eye on Bernard, because something like that drug, it's not that easy to get unhooked from, which is true. Like with any drug, it's kind of once you start using it, I don't have any experience, but I've heard like once you start, it's kind of hard to stop with the drug. You know what I mean? So, especially a drug that's apparently this potent like Greenlight. According to Gamby, this drug is very potent. So, you think a normal drug is hard to get off of? Greenlight's probably even worse. So, unfortunately, Bernard ends up in a drug den. And, while that's also happening, Anissa and Grace, they end up, getting confronted by some bad people outside a bar. And, Anissa literally just beats the living crap out of all of them, protects herself and Grace from these guys. And apparently, she uses her strength on the two thugs. And if I remember correctly, Black Lightning manages to save Bernard from the drug den and manages to put him in rehab, from what I remember. And another thing that happened is, during the episode, we see Jen, she's helping out her boyfriend, Khalil, in his therapy and all that stuff, but then she has too much to handle. Like, apparently, she literally, skipped her track practice to help Khalil, and got confronted by her parents at one point. And it's like, you have school, you have track, and now you're taking on Khalil. You can't do all this. You're pretty much slacking on track now. And Jen pretty much quits track to be there for Khalil. I understand it's her boyfriend now, and they're childhood from what I'm understanding, they're childhood friends. They've been friends for a while before, they started dating and everything. And I understand, you know, she wants to take care of him and all that stuff, but girl, school first, man. I'm just saying. But anyway, she quits track to focus on Khalil. We also got Lady Eve. She's getting very impatient with Tobias because apparently Tobias was the one that told Lady Eve, yeah, I killed Black Lightning a long, long time ago, right? And of course it's like, well, obviously he's not dead. He's right there, right? So he ends up going to that, was it a doctor? Hang on, wait. Yeah, he ends up going to the very doctor that gave him the autopsy report of Black Lightning. And apparently, the doctor thought Black Lightning was dead. And then apparently he failed to mention that, at one point when he came back to the body was gone. He failed to mention that shit to Tobias. So Tobias pretty much has his little friend, Joey Toledo or something like that. Toledo, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to research the guy, but I know his name is Joey Toledo, because I kept saying Toledo constantly. And I have an uncle named Joey, so it was easy to remember. But anyway, Tobias has his friend Joey Toledo murder the doctor who pretty much told him Black Lightning was dead. Which was all freaking a lie, obviously. What else happened? Oh yeah. Apparently after Anissa saves herself and Grace from the two thugs, for some godforsaken reason, Gamby, he sees the security footage, I want to say, of Anissa, and he erases all the footage, but for some godforsaken reason keeps a photo of Anissa's footprint. I'm only naturally assuming, he saw the footage, he's like, oh, Anissa has powers. Of course he knows who Anissa is. He's friends with frickin' Jefferson. So he's like, in my opinion, I think he kept a photo of Anissa's footprint to possibly make her an outfit. He's like, oh, she has powers. Maybe I could make her an outfit too, right? Anyway, got that. Tobias' sister shows up. I think her name was Tony or something like that. But anyway, she shows up, proposes to help her brother out, sibling love. Is like, how about we get rid of Black Lightning by pretty much turning everyone against him. All the good people, all the Samaritans that think that he's a good thing, protecting all his people. Let's change their opinion. Let's turn the people against Black Lightning and destroy him from within, right? Which is not a bad idea. I mean, I never thought evil could, pass on from sibling to sibling, but apparently that's the case with Tobias and Tony. I like their sibling relationship, but the fact that they're evil siblings makes it very interesting. It's like, hey, evil siblings. Wow. But Tony's little plan, turning the people against Black Lightning, that's actually a pretty damn good idea. They see him as a hero. Some people see him as a menace because he's a vigilante. Some people think, he's getting the work done. He's getting these gangsters away from us, keeping our people safe. So what better way to make him fall than to turn the people against him? Just saying. Anyway, Tobias, this is the creepy part. Tobias visits Khalil, which is weird. I'm like, why would you visit Khalil? How do you even know Khalil? But then again, he was a victim from the shooting, so maybe he's like, I'm gonna visit one of the victims of the shooting and start there with Tony's plan to, bring down Black Lightning by turning people against him. Start with the people who got shot. So it was either the priest or Khalil's, and apparently he chose Khalil, so he visits Khalil in the hospital. He pays all of Khalil's medical bills. And most likely he did that to make Khalil feel like, some sort of gratitude, obviously, right? Because it's like, we don't have enough money to pay my bills, but this nice, generous guy does. He probably was trying to make himself look like a hero. I'm going to pay you off your bills, that. And basically, after he pretty much pays off the medical bills, he pretty much brainwashes poor Khalil into thinking that Black Lightning is the reason why he will never walk again. Which is effed up. But anyway, this was an amazing episode. I loved it. It had a lot of, interest. I wouldn't say drama, but, it brought the whole drug use into the light, you know what I mean? Which should, because there are a lot of drugs out there in the world. But anyway, I am running out of time. I can't really get too much detail, but this is my reaction rant to episode 4, season 1 of Black Lightning, titled Black Jesus. I'll see you for episode 5. Wish me luck at work.